Hey, this is Ivan from the channel for men and a few women, and this is part 2 of the topic how to find, how to spot, how to discover, how to realize, how to check her or his true intent. Now, in the part 1 I discussed one strategy, which is the straightforward strategy of how to find someone's true intent, and let's revise this strategy. That is called, we're gonna call it the straightforward strategy, a brute strategy, maybe brutal strategy, whatever you want to call it. We don't want to label these things, but the straightforward strategy is you just go to the woman and say, hey, how do you see ourselves in the next few days, 5 days, 5 seconds, 5 years, next 50 years? And it just wait. The key to this approach, it's you. Can you wait? That is a key element of the game. Can you just wait? Most of the people cannot wait. Most of the people would be start trying to plug themselves, inject themselves in the conversation, in that very important conversation, because they cannot wait to insert their opinion. So the key to this straightforward approach is to let the other party, the girl, if you're a guy, or the guy, if you're a girl, to give him or her enough time so he can go and tell you what the reality is. The second important parameter in this approach is to be patient enough and to stay still and shut up, shut your mouth, and just listen. That has to do with communication skills. Can you listen for 20 minutes straight till the other person verbalize what he thinks about your future with him or with her? Can you do that? That's a good question. Now, let's go to the strategy number 2. Strategy number 2 would be the convoluted, the vague, the aloof strategy. In this kind of strategy, you will not ask the person, the guy or the girl, right away. You will just try to make observations. Here your observation skills would come into effect. How observant are you and how you can navigate in the conversation? That's a real player skill, okay? I can tell you that. Now, who has these skills? These skills are mostly associated with the opposite sex. If you are a guy, women are way better than you, my friend, if you are a guy. And if you're a woman, you already know what I'm talking about. You don't go straight forward, and that is built in the female nature. Female nature is slightly different because they are more observant usually than men. They have more acute understanding of the dynamics between sexes. They do so because they have been trained through evolution and through thousands and thousands of years to be better communicators, so they can do that better. So if you're a girl, if you're a woman, if you're some female that wants to know the guy true intent, you should definitely implement the vague strategy. Now, what the vague strategy will entail? Well, one practical tip is to inquire information in so-called indirect manners. For example, if you're a girl and if you want to know if this guy is serious about you in a long-term relationship or in a family situation, you simply navigate the conversation through this kind of topics: family, relationship, long-term partnership. You just navigate the conversation in that direction. And again, wait. That's the most important part. Just wait. Do not insert your point view, worldview, or your philosophy into his speech or her speech, because once you do that, you will greatly reduce the chance to understand his or her point. For example, practical advice. I want to know, for example, if I'm a guy and I want to know what is this woman about in terms of family, I can navigate the conversation into family matters. I can bring all kinds of examples about my bed friends, how they fell in their family situation. If you're a guy and if you want to know her true intent, if you are considering this woman to be your long-term partner, you can even share your misery or your failures in your previous relationships. So you can see what is she about to say or what is he about to say. You know, that's a good tip. Bring different examples of your life and of other people's life, and just bring this on the table and let the other party say something about it. Now, once you have this, you will know where this person is standing on that topic. That is a good strategy. We're gonna call this strategy the woman strategy, because women are better at this than men. Now, if you are a woman and if you want to know the true intent of this guy, you can go and bring other topics as good examples of family life, and you can say something in those lines. You can say, hey, listen, I know this couple, or I know this family, they have great life, they are understanding each other very well, they are so good between themselves, and I know them personally. And you can ask this question to the guy or to the girl. That's the question. Why do you think they are so good in their relationship? Give me a few thoughts on that. You know, something like this. I'm not going to make the script for you, because I'm usually the guy that will not give you scripts. But if you want scripts, I'm going to write one for you. Okay, I'm about to write a bunch of scripts now. But I'm trying to give you the concepts. So bringing a successful relationship into the scene and letting the other party to spill his thoughts, ideas, world view, the view of that person about successful relationship. It's another good idea to bring in the conversation. I hope that you can implement these strategies. Okay, if you're a guy, you should implement these strategies right away. If you're a guy, these are not the usual mating strategies. Understand that. If you're a guy, I hope that this will help you a lot. If you're a woman, that might also help you a lot. I'm trying to give you the opposite perspective so you can gain more knowledge about these things. So there you have it. The second strategy will be so-called indirect. Like in life, we have two approaches, usually the direct approach and the indirect approach. The indirect approach works better or works not so better. Let's see this. Some people would say the direct approach it's good. The first video that I was discussing, I say one of the best ways to go straight ahead with the problem. Say your opinion, wait for response. The second way is to go indirect. Indirect approach can also bring you more results. Now, a good point here to determine which approach should be implemented in your quest to inquire about the real intent of that person has to do with that person, has nothing to do with you. So now, if you have a woman that is shy, the indirect approach will work. The same with the guy. If you're a girl, if you're a woman that wants to know what is this man all about, and he is a shy guy, he has problems verbalizing his opinions, the indirect approach would be working better in that situation. Now, if the guy is straightforward guy, if he's like the type of Donald Trump guy, the direct approach will be a lot better. It will be more provocative, it will be more difficult to implement, but generally will give you better results. So now we have two strategies, the direct strategy and the indirect strategy. Now when you decide which one to go forward with, you should look at the other person, not at yourself. That is the key here. The key here is to know who are you dealing with. Now, if you deal with a player, if you deal with experienced guy or experienced woman, well, that's a difficult task to go. But if it's not a player, if it's a, and what player means here? Player is anyone who has a little bit more wisdom than you. A player is a guy that is a little bit older than you, a woman that is a little bit older than you. They gain a little bit more understanding about life, not through reading books, not through philosophical, not through philosophy. Just by pure life experience, they gain a little bit more wisdom. Let me get to a little joke here. The joke is again from one of my favorite clowns, my favorite comics, Louis C.K. Now he say a 50 years old plumber or whatever, you know, I want to give the plumber example in my channel. A 50 years old guy or a plumber, it's thousands of times smarter than 21 years old guy or a girl, you know, because through his life he gained a lot of experience. And you can go to through the channel of Louis C.K. and see this example, why this example it's true. Now his Louis C.K. approach is the comic approach, the funny approach, but there is a lot of wisdom in his making a joke out of this example. So now if the guy or if the girl, it's a little bit more wise than you, that has to do with a little bit more experience. In other words, if he's a better player in the game of life, maybe the indirect approach will get better. Maybe, but you don't know. You have to test. Now, testing, it's a third strategy. Testing is the best strategy, not the best strategy in terms of comparison, but is the best strategy for a beginner. If you are a shy person, if you are a guy that you want to know the true intent of a woman, testing is a very good strategy. You test a little bit, see where she stands. Practical scripts can be implemented here. What do you think about gay couple? That's a good question. You know, you see where she stands in something that is completely, it is a little bit of test to see. Now she will tell you something and you can make up your mind. Okay, she is on that position on gay guys. How about gender equality? You just do a little bits of tests. Little test, little test, little test, little test, and then you gain a little bit more information. Third strategy we're gonna call testing. Now women always test you. My friend, I'm here to tell you, if you're a guy, you should know that women always will test you. They will test you for their own safety, for their own reasons, and my purpose here is not to give a strategy why the women will test you. They will always test you. Whether you are in 5-second relationship, you just met the girl, she will give you the shit test. If you are in 3 months relationship, she will give you the shit test with something else, variations of shit test. Women are designed to test you all the time. The reason for that is because this is how they are designed. They want to consistently make sure that you are the guy that they should stick with. So now if you fail these tests, I'm sorry for you. You should stay in your core and you should stay in your frame. What is your frame? What's the frame? Let's talk about the frame, my favorite topic, the frame. The frame is very simple. We're not going to go to the all the variations of frame through pickup artistry, social dynamics, politics, debating and stuff. The frame is one thing. The frame is one thing. You're a guy and she is a woman. You're the man, she is the woman. As long as you stay in that frame, you will always have good results. If you deviate from your frame as a guy, you will be screwed. You're gonna screw yourself. Now, let's talk about the frame from a female perspective, from a woman perspective. Women don't know about the frame. They have no idea of what I'm talking about. But if you're a female, the strongest point you have is to stay in your feminine frame. Why is that? Because men are attracted to a female. They are not attracted to other guys. I mean, like the real man, the man that is seeking feminine nature, the nature of a female. If you are a man, you are not very interested in other men, and that's the sad truth. You are interested in female. You are interested in what other men are interested. What other men are interested in? They're interested in cars and girls and like all men things, building stuff, success, all these men stuff. You cannot go. If you are a woman and if you go against this understanding that men are men and they are interested in men stuff, you're gonna have a great failure. Let's say your guy is interested in building stuff or in designing stuff. These are natural aptitude of a man, building stuff. And I said in the first video, building the nest, it's an evolutionary trait for millions of years. Some women are dumb enough to take the position of a man and try to design a living space. Yeah, some women try to take over the man's natural inclination and try to design their house. They are making huge mistakes. They should ask their man about the house. If you are about to design a house and if you're a female, well, good luck. You're gonna live in your house just by yourself. You are not going to attract men in your house. If you take this natural aptitude of a man to build a house, to build a nest, I can tell you honestly that as a woman you're gonna experience some failure. A practical tip on that is to ask and to include your man into the process of building the nest. It is very important for the man to be part of this building the nest. Let's say if you are more successful than your man, if you are a woman and if you are more successful than your man, let's say financially, you just make more money. Okay, that's we understand. And if you want to attract this man and if you want to see where he is standing in the topic of family, one crucial mistake you will do is to try to get this guy to come to your house, and that's a crucial mistake, to get this guy to your house and to live with you the way you lived. That means you will literally somewhat castrate the natural tendency of a man to be part of building the nest. So that's it. Yeah, so the video has got again 20 minutes. That's like too much. So I'm gonna close the video. I hope you learn something from this video. If you're a guy or if you're a girl that have this problem with the true intent of a man, I think it's important to take a look at this video, rewind it, check it again. Maybe some good ideas will come to you. So that's it. Enjoy the show. Be a A player or be played in life. I mean, not just in relationship, in life. Thank you for your attention, and now I'm leaving you to go to do the job. I gotta go to do the job. I gotta do some business, some work. I gotta put the sweat equity to earn some money for the next 20 hours I have to do work, or 5 hours or 3 hours, it doesn't matter. So there you have it. Enjoy your life. And if you are a guy and if you have a struggling friend with this kind of topics, please send him this link, share the link with a guy who is puzzled how to find her true intent. And that's it.